Hey guys, what's going on? It's Miss Giselle 954. How is everything? Hope all is well. I just really wanted to jump in. A lot of times I'm listening and watching the news and just seeing what's going on with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And I said, you know what? I really just have to get this out of my system because I'm a little bit frustrated. I would love to come on and just be like cheery and hey and everything, but I'm a little bit frustrated and I'll get right to the point. Really is the double standards of the UK and the British media. Um, that being said, I just wanted to start this vlog or podcast off by asking a very, very, very serious question. Where in the world is Kate? Where in the world is Kate? I really don't understand it. And the reason why I'm asking that is because they're doing all this distracting and saying different stuff, and clearly it's double standards, and I really don't like it. You know, it's funny, like when you go, whether it's in the comment section of Instagram or even YouTube, the Rangers, they profess their love for Kate and how much they just loved her all of the past 3, 4, 5 years. Now she's missing and crickets. They don't say anything. Can you imagine if Harry, if the shoe was on the other feet and this was Meghan? Oh, they will be having a field day. They will be so excited. They will be just, oh my God, over the moon. They will be saying, Prince Harry did this to her and blah, blah, blah. But now that the shoe is on the other feet and it's really William and Kate's missing, no one seems, everybody's just focusing. And that's how you know that these so-called royalists who are supposedly so in love with Kate were never really truly Kate friends. It's funny that the Rangers, they don't really care about Kate, is where I have mentally and emotionally analyzed this as. They don't really care about Kate, because when you care about somebody, you would be like protesting. No one went to the hospital and put flowers, or even if they couldn't, get access there, they didn't do a public outcry or uproar or anything online. They just are busy following around the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, harassing them, harassing their fans, bullying them, but nothing, crickets. It's almost like, and I hate to say it like this, William, I almost hate to refer to him as a prince, but it's like he could actually kill and get away with murder. No pun intended, but actually, yeah, pun is intended. He could actually kill and get away with murder, and it's really sad to see. And, even if you're a Kate fan or not, I mean, from a human to another human, that is horrible, horrible. How do you have fans? And your fans aren't in a public uproar, and they prefer to just sit there and hear whatever Kensington Palace or whatever Bucking, wherever, whoever, whichever PR coming out that palace is saying, and they believe it. First is Easter, you're not going to see her until then. Then it's, I even hear 9 or 10 months, and then I even hear she's not even going to be at Earthshot in November 2024. Like, they know 10 months from now she's not. What has happened to Kate? I mean, you guys have seen it. You can speak to doctors or, physician assistants, whatever, which are pretty much like doctors over here in the United States. But even if you speak to anybody over in the UK that's a doctor or a high ranking nurse, what kind of surgery makes you be out for 10 plus months? What is going on? And no one's questioning anything. Then the Middletons, they didn't come out, her family, they didn't come out and speak or say anything. And I can bet your last dollar or pound that the family can't come out. You know what I mean? The William, and the crown, the firm, the establishment, they are so powerful. What could they really say? You know what I mean? They don't have enough financial power or social power to actually come out and do anything about what has happened, albeit I'm sure eventually they will. But something this serious, they haven't even like propped her up even when she was pregnant. and she had the baby, and you know how hard it is to just push a baby out. They even propped her up, put her inside the wheelchair, or roll her out, or have her, you know, get up, stand up, and wave hello out the hospital. They never did that. And to be honest, I don't even think she was at that doctor's hospital that they claimed that she was at. I think they more so put King Charles, if you want to refer to him as King, okay, um, business about his health problems out just so that they could actually distract from Kate and what's going on with her, you know? And don't think for 2 seconds that Camilla, I don't even refer to her as any type of queen. She's not my queen, you know, definitely. Even if I was UK or American, whatever, you know, this consort or whatever, isn't shaking hands with the British media, you know, shaking hands with the devil themselves, you know, to put out certain things. You know, no wonder Harry didn't, when he met with King Charles, didn't even want to be bothered with meeting Camilla. I mean, he called her the Wicked Witch inside his book, Despair. Could you blame him? You know, someone, the mistress, that was pretty much the reason why his mom, Princess Diana, died. But look, let's get back to this thing with Kate. Honestly, I mean, I just have a lot to unpack here. Can you imagine these people that have pretty much worshipped her, you know, everything she wears and what she do? I mean, she, for God's sake, was nicknamed Lazy Kate by the Queen herself, Queen Elizabeth, before she died. And, you know, they try to cover that up, but she was. And she still gets all the, you know, attention and all the media fancy and all that other stuff. And she's like painted as this perfect princess when we all know she was on the Epstein Island, when we all know she was getting paid $40,000 a day for her presence, you know, on that island, and all the pictures that came out, you know. And it's just really sad that Meghan, here she is, she had such a great career before she paved her own way before she met Prince Harry. Okay, she, you know, was a actress. She had several gigs before she even had Suits, you know, and even with Suits, I mean, that was a $5 million gig there, you know what I mean? And that she was a known actress, you know, in the United States of America and Canada. Okay, so she paved her way. She actually, you know, went to Northwestern University. She had her degrees in acting. She, you know, really had sustenance behind her. That you guys call it the CV, or we refer to it as a resume over here in the United States of America. But she had things going for her. She even spoke at the United Nations and gave a, as an ambassador, and gave a really good, beautiful speech. And it just reminded me when I first saw it, like, and then I realized, you know, Prince Harry and her were together, and a lot of what she did was reminiscent of what Princess Diana did. You know, you could see a lot of her in that. And she also made several trips to Africa way before she met Prince Harry, and had dedication for like clean water sources and different stuff of that. So she was paving her own way and making her, you know, rewriting history for herself, just the same way on the other side of the world as Prince Harry was doing, which kind of was basically emulating and taking the same footsteps as his mom. That's what his mom did. So they had so much in common before they even met. So this was a good thing, you know, that they actually had all this commonality, and that's what really. And I remember, you know, I believe the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, she stated in an interview one time that if he wasn't paving his own way through his history and what he wanted to do, they probably wouldn't have met, or, you know, would have been on the same trajectory of life. You know, he was going the same direction she was going, but they were doing it separate. So when you have two people of that caliber come together, it's like a superpower, it's like a super couple, you know, and that is the reason why there is a global interest. Okay, so these two, you know, are beautiful work ethic. They have beautiful work ethic, and they had it before they were even together, and it even more so blossomed when they were um, when they got together blossom, but they had it before they were together, but they even more so now, when they came together. It's so sad because the only issue that these people across the pond in the United Kingdom, not all of you, but majority of the rollers, that have, is that she is a beautiful girl, however, but that she is of mixed race. And that is so sad. You know what I mean? That can you just imagine if Megan, another woman, did the same thing, but she was not of mixed race, okay? And they would have accepted her, even if she was American. Don't let them fool you. Oh, she's not American. That would be like a needle in a haystack. They wouldn't really care too much about that. It's because she's mixed race. But if she was just like, an actress that looked like them, or whatever, and that wouldn't be an issue at all for them. Or wouldn't be a big issue, I should say. If they would actually love her and they would have embraced her, and more so perhaps if she was look like them and British, obviously. But because she's mixed race, there's nothing she can do right. She can't breathe right. She can't walk right. She can't look left right. She can't look right. You know what I'm saying? She can't, supposedly to them, act right. Nothing she can do on her resumes. Everything's debunked. Everything, and it's sad. It's all behind race, and they know it. And they know it. Now just imagine if Megan had the same, I hate to say this, like resume or whatever that Kate had, right? Megan enrolled herself into the school. Let's just say Prince Harry was the first, right? Or the king, like the heir to the throne, the first heir to the first child born from Princess Diana. And Megan, ran and enrolled herself to the school, took herself out of one school, ran into that school, and then walked down the stage half naked, dated him for 10 years. By the way, you all know that Kate's nickname in university was mattress, right? Because she would lay down with anyone. You know what I mean? You can Google that, but we all know. They all know, but they choose to turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to everything that is about Kate. I mean, even I believe pictures surfaced in 2009 about just showing Kate on a yacht, right? But when you go into the comment section, what do you see? Megan is the yacht girl or the sugar or something like that. But then you have proof, you have receipts. The internet does not lie. You have receipts of Kate being on the yacht. You have receipts of Kate standing in Epstein Island next to, oh God, what is the guy name? But he owns Virgin airplane and mobile, so you have all these pictures, and supposedly she was getting $40,000 a day for what she was doing. I need to know what she was doing. What do you think she was doing for $40,000 a day sitting on the yacht? The girl's them sugar, right? So the fact that they try to paint Megan as a sugar, the fact that they try to paint Megan as the yacht girl, the fact that they try to do everything narcissistically, put everything, like basically deflect, put everything that is really truly about Kate, they try to put it on Megan. The girl can't do no good. Why? Because she's mixed race, right? That's their justification right there. And a lot of these so-called people, they want to refer to themselves as Christians or whatever you want to call it, but yet they have so much hate. But I'll tell you what, hate kills. Hate kills, and that, I promise you, is going to be the death of the monarchy. That they have so much hate in them, and they really just don't even care about, godly things. But, besides that, let's get back to what I started with. Where in the world is Kate, right? There's no public outcry. There's no uproar. And let me tell you, what I've learned from this, from the way these people have behaved, what I have learned from this is that it's funny how the Rangers don't care about Kate. You would think they really do care. But really, what I've learned from it is that they are just really, really upset that the two biracial or 75% white mixed kids are in line to the British throne. Okay, that Harry, they want Harry back, but they don't want Duchess Meghan. That's the reason why I came on here, because I'm like, oh no, you guys are pissing me off right now. That is not right. Okay, and then because he made some agreement with his dad to, probably be partially back into um the royal, you know, I don't say royal, but back into royal duties. They want him to leave Duchess Megan here with the kids, and then he come. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you gatekeepers? The gatekeeper of Prince Harry, like you decide, what he can and cannot do. Are you mad? Okay, but yeah, going back to what I was saying, they're really just upset that the two biracial, 75% white mixed kids are in line to the throne. Okay, so the problem is that they're not so much royalists as much as they are ultra right wing conservatives. No matter which side of this you take, if you wake up every day and you got it in for Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan, just because of that fact, then chances are you are one of those people who will exhaust themselves dragging the Duchess of Sussex Meghan and the Sussex Squad, their fan pages, and you won't spend much time uplifting much of the royal family. And that's what I notice when I am on the vlogs or the Instagram or YouTube. I am seeing that they're just dragging her, because if you really love Kate, you would really be focusing on or having a public outcry about where is she. You just gonna take whatever they tell you? Then you could never be. If your child is missing and let's say the last place you saw them was at their job, and the job says, oh no, she's fine or he's fine, and but you won't see them until Easter, or you won't see them until 10 months from now in November or wherever. You just say, oh, okay, yeah, you just trust that. You know what I mean? You just trust that. And then the husband's walking around flirting at different galas and different stuff, but that's another story. It's for another day. But yeah, he's just walking around single. You can just see his disdain and his hate for her, and they he just doesn't even want her to touch him. When you go back and look at stuff, you didn't see it then. Now go back now that you don't see her, something really bad has happened, and you guys are just sitting there and they don't do anything, and you just sit there and you don't question the monarchy, but you care so much about Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan. So I beg to differ that you give two craps about Kate. You really don't. And it's really sad. It's really disgusting that another princess that is supposed to be part of the monarchy is up and outlifted, kind of unfortunately like how Diana was, and just talk caution to the wind, thrown outcasted. You know what I'm saying? And you guys say nothing. You sit there and you take all of this garbage, right? And you just, and you're fine. And I'm sure that you're willing to take another Camilla 2.0 and just slap them. They're just going to train you guys not to see Kate under his armpit, or whatever you want to call it. And then just maybe, something happened, she slipped. And that's another reason why I don't want Harry to go over there, because I feel like they want Harry to be the fall guy. They want Harry to actually be the fall guy. Something happened, and then Harry's actively in duties around Easter, so between Easter and November. Then all of a sudden, something took a turn for the worse. Harry walked in the room, and then she just took her last breath, and Harry did it. Is that the plan? Because he's the fall guy, right? You know what I mean? So William, can you imagine if this? Like, how does William get away with this? Put in the comments, how does William get away with this? This is why I am on this vlog right now talking about this, because I am actually pissed. I am upset. I am angry. How does William get away with Kate being missing? I need answers. I need them now. I need answers. And the fact that if you are royal that's listening to this, that you have not made a public outcry, that you have not, went into Kensington Palace Instagram page, or you just following Prince Harry and his beautiful wife, Duchess Meghan, around and just throwing hate comments. You don't care about Kate. You could never care about Kate acting like that. You're not asking anything. You're taking. Would you treat your kid like that if they were missing? Oh, yeah, yeah. They said, no, you wouldn't. So why are you doing this? And that's why I'm so disgusted, because you guys are the same ones. Oh, look at Kate. She's so beautiful. Oh, look. Kate batted her eyes this way. Oh, look. Kate waved this. Oh, look. Every little thing. Oh, she's perfect. Oh, you don't really love her. You just really love the fact of hating on Duchess, aka Princess Meghan. Okay, you just wanted to hate on her, so you were more of, that's what fueled your love for Kate. You really just hated that Prince Harry, your favorite, by the way, let's throw it out there, your favorite, married a beautiful, smart, intellectual, intelligent, self-made. Before she even met him, she was a millionaire. Okay, Kate was none of those things, but you put her on this pedestal like she's some queen, like she's Mary, like she's Jesus' mother or something like that. When they, for God's sake, mattress, she mumbles, she doesn't even make full sentences. You know what I'm saying? I still wonder, does she have ADHD? You know what I'm saying? Because she doesn't really know how to speak, and she didn't come from some type of aristocratic family. Okay, they try to paint her as best as possible as like she came from, like, a high ranking family. Her mother was a flight attendant and her dad was a pilot. That's middle class as it comes. That's not no social. She was a social climber. You know what I mean? That's it. That's why you see pictures of her on Epstein Island, on top of the yacht, making $40,000 a day. You don't see anything like that with Meghan. Let's compare apples to oranges, because it's really not apples to apples. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, if Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, was not of mixed race, you would not treat her like this. And it's so bad that your favorite, Prince Harry, you treat him horrible just because he chose and fell in love with someone that is not 100% white. Okay, and that sucks. That's sad for you, because we're all humans, right? But that doesn't matter to you guys, that she's very smart and she's very intelligent. And you try to justify William making her wait for 10 years, waity Katie. No wonder your Queen Elizabeth, didn't move the throne. Didn't get it. She died on that throne. She wouldn't give it up, because her son Charles did a horrible job of destroying the image of the monarchy from back then. When he, look how beautiful Princess Diana is, okay, and she's completely white and she's aristocratic and she has, royal ties and all this other stuff, the Spencers, and he takes Camilla. He picks Camilla, wrinkled old. She looks like the Grinch. You want me to put a face by face comparison? She looks like the Grinch, okay? Even younger pictures of her, she looks like the Grinch. She could never stand next to Diana. Diana face card never declines, okay? Never declines. I think, and I had to analyze this the other day, I think Camilla is a narcissist. If you don't understand what that is, go Google it and look it up. And I think that Prince Charles, at the time, was a prince. He had mommy issues, in the sense of, yes, Queen Elizabeth was there, but she also had duties and royal duties. So a lot of times, the maids and the servants and whoever else had to raise him, okay? And I believe that Prince Charles, when he seen a good girl, a good thing, he didn't respect that, okay? He's one of those people that had to be dominated, you know what I'm saying? That had to be like, I don't want to say mothered, but told what to do. And so he doesn't, you ever met somebody, or maybe you have somebody in your family, a brother or cousin, or just a guy or a friend or whatever, and you see him, and he can have like a great girl, and she checks all the boxes, but she's just so nice, and he doesn't really respect her and give her just due. But then here comes along this dominating force that really you and I know she's only with him for his position or his money or just status, right? And so he is enamored with her dominating force and her that aura, and I believe that's what um, Camilla had on Charles. You know what I'm saying? She knew how to manipulate him. She knew how to, pull the strings and tell him this is, certain things, and just really wrap her claws around his mind and his heart, and really knew how to manipulate certain situations. So as Diana said, it was quite crowded, the marriage, right? And I don't come in my comment section saying, oh, it was arranged and he didn't get to marry who he wanted to, this, that, or whatever. Because at the end of the day, you look at Camilla, she doesn't even do royal duty. She wasn't fit for the crown. You know what I mean? She was just two steps above Kate as far as being lazy. She wasn't, Diana, you know, I'll give Queen Elizabeth this much. She chose right for Prince Charles. At the time it was a prince. She chose right for him. The sad part is he just didn't deserve Diana. He did not deserve Diana. But if Diana was here to this day, that monarchy would be great, and the kids wouldn't have turned out, especially with William, the way they did. They didn't have a mom. You know what I mean? They didn't really have a mom to see them through. I believe Prince Harry lost his mom at the age of 12, and I guess William 14. And William being the first, the heir to the throne, they really grabbed him in and just, this is what you need to do, and this, that, or whatever. And you know, and I'll talk about that in a second, but let me just stick to what I believe happened with Prince Charles. Prince Charles, didn't really have, I think, his Queen Elizabeth had a lot of duties, so I don't believe she was, I think she was hands-on as much as possible, but she wasn't completely hands-on, if you know what I mean. I don't believe so. So he didn't necessarily grow up with chivalry, and he didn't grow up with appreciation. You can kind of see he's like a little bit of a spoiled brat. He's not spoiled as William, but he's like, oh, I need the pen. Oh, this is not, my water is not hot enough. Oh, he acts like that. That type of person will never be a gentleman to the right woman like Diana. You know what I'm saying? Every prince or king would love to have somebody like Diana. Beautiful, loving, caring. No matter what country she went to, she wasn't scared of the people if they looked different from her, or if they were, of a different culture or background. She embraced it. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't condescending. She didn't look down on people. She didn't have her nose, stiff upper lip, looking down and thinking that she's all that, and it's funny that she's not like that, and she could have been like that because she was the one from the aristocratic family. She was the one that had, millions of dollars before she met or Prince Charles, put together, whatever you want to call it. But she could have been like that. Camilla was the commoner. How are you going to be walking around acting like you're all that when you yourself didn't even have a royal heritage? You know what I'm saying? She was a social climber. She climbed her way, and she needed the British media in order to put her at the front of the line. And that is why she has aligned herself with them and bowed down and kiss their ring, so to speak, just so that she can be in this position. And you know what? I hate to say this, but she is the highest paid mistress I've ever seen on planet Earth, right? I don't want to say kudos to her because I can't believe she wrapped her little finger right around King Charles and just got there and was able to crown herself, not even queen consort, crowned herself queen. And you guys, the royalists, they just take it like it's nothing, right? I know Princess Diane hated it and told her, you're no queen, you're supposed to be queen consort. So I don't believe they get along. I wish Princess Anne had a little bit more power or say so to actually, get in there. But I guess, honestly, sometimes I think to myself, maybe Prince Anne would have been better to have carried the monarchy and just not Charles, because just let just let Camilla run wild and do whatever she wants to do, even for Prince Harry and William. I guess he's a prince. Oh God, I can't even say it. Excuse me. Even for Prince Harry and William, I just feel like the way they were raised after, unfortunately, their mom's passing, she was, as Harry said in Despair, the Wicked Witch, right? She was like the evil stepmom, that you see inside of the Disney movies, the Wicked Witch of the Wild West or whatnot. And she didn't care. You never hear anything about her kids and this, that, or whatever, but you see everything negative, especially when Prince Harry and William or whatever, they were trying to find their way. They always made Harry look like the wrong, horrible person and that did all these bad stuff, but they never put William stuff on Front Street just because I guess he was the heir. But um yeah, let me go to William, okay? And that's just a quick. I'll do a better analysis of Charles, but let me touch on William for a second. I believe with William was also, hear me out, manipulated to some degree when he was even though he dragged Kate for 10 years, the Middletons, they obviously, as you know, are social climbers and owe everybody and their mother a debt, you know, money. But even before that, with this fake party planning company, and I think all of them are dumb those, because even the Kate's brother makes marshmallows and sells them with stuff on it. It's just dumb. Like, they're all dumb. I'm sorry, they're dumb, they're stupid, they just all don't have any, like, they're at best C average D plus students, you know what I mean? Like that's what I pick up. But going to William, I believe because William had mommy issues, obviously, and I get it, if your mother passes at a you're 14 and whatnot, and plus you're the heir, so no one really cares about you. The establishment doesn't care about you. Basically what they do is they just try to align you with, this is how the firm, so you don't have any feelings and this, that, or whatever. So William not really having enough substance and enough brain power to think for himself. If you ask me, I do believe he have ADHD. He can barely make a sentence out. His wife, if she's still here, I don't know, I'm not trying to be funny, I'm really serious about that, mumbles. So I'm praying for George and Charlotte and the rest, and I'll get to that in a second. But as far as I think what happened with the Middletons is she became like his mom, you know what I'm saying? Like and so he didn't really know what he was looking for in a woman, because a lot of times, especially me as a girl, a boy mom, right? Um, you are responsible to kind of, whether it's directly or indirectly or consciously or on subconsciously, to teach your child or even your son as a mom what to look for in a wife, what to look for in a woman, and probably even by the way you carry yourself. If you are carrying yourself correctly, they, whether it's conscious or subconsciously, know what to look for or certain things, whether they do it, again, conscious or unconsciously. And if you are not the best mom, then maybe they're looking for the same thing, but they're looking what not to want in a woman. Now, I don't want my wife to be like this because my mom was like this, or I want my wife to be like this because my mom was like this. So there's something that, his job was not completed when she died at 14. He was left half completed. And then you have the firm, and then you also have perhaps genetics, because a lot of what I see in Charles, I unfortunately see in William, and I don't know if that have anything to do with them being the first or the heir to the throne or whatnot, but they spent more time grooming him. And then here you have Kate Middleton coming along like, hey, I'm the mom and this is my daughter and she's so great, and and he's just smiling, and he doesn't investigate, he doesn't ask questions, he doesn't think, what does she think about, what are her goals, what is her motive for being around me, what does she bring to the monarchy, what does she bring at the table, you know what I'm saying? He's just about sowing his oats and going around and sleeping and doing this, that, whatever, and they're just laughing and shaking hands. There was no substance. That's why I actually feel bad for the UK. this is an epic episode for failure. This is not a good thing. I truly say to you, this is really, perhaps London Bridge has fallen down and is the beginning of London Bridge falling down, and these rollers. So I love Kate. You don't love Kate, because if you love Kate, you'll be in my comment section right now. Where is Kate? Don't tell me, oh, she's resting. What makes you? I mean, I've spoken to people who have had her hysterectomy. They were probably at best in the hospital, not even 10 days, not even 10 days. Okay, let's just say there was some type of complication. It's not even 10 days. Okay, and even if they're resting up and healing within a month or two, if that, they're good to go. 10 months, I think they're buying time. 5 months, Easter, whatever, I think they're buying time. For what? Maybe for you to forget her. And the fact that you guys have forgotten her like that, you're not making any public uproar or nothing. You're just going to accept whatever it is, And then they try to start these stupid, ugly, nasty, horrible rumors about Duchess Meghan and Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and the Duchess of Sussex, about, oh, he's going to be over here in the UK, and maybe they're already trying to start some divorce rumors. Are you kidding me? Why don't you take that over there to Kate? Take that same energy over there to Kensington Palace. Why don't you do that to the Wells? Okay. Why don't you take that same energy? Because I honestly think there's 2 divorces coming out of that old dusty cupboard of a palace. I really do. I don't know if it's Sophie and Edward. I'm not going to go there. I don't know her too much. I just know that I don't even know. She wasn't into Meghan, I don't believe, but perhaps she couldn't have been, because she's trying to secure her little spot in the royal family as a senior royal, which ain't so senior if you look at it. They ain't doing too much, with King Charles sitting over there with prostate issues, and then the other one, William, drunk as I don't know what, at the investor, swerving back and forth, looked like he's high as a kite, not just drunk. He looked like he's on some baby powder or something. And I heard Kate does it too. Okay, but y'all don't want that out there. You know what I mean? Y'all don't want to face that. Y'all don't want to believe that, right? So, this, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that they're so focused on Duchess, Duke and Duchess of Sussex, you know what I'm saying? Every little thing. Oh, she looked left. Oh, she touched his shirt. Oh, she touched his hair. Oh, he touched the back of her shirt. Oh, they're walking, their hands in the air. Where is Kate? Why do you care about what they're doing? Why do you care about what they're doing? Where is Kate? Somebody might be dead, and you guys are caring about the 2 people holding hands in Canada? Really? And you eat it. You drink the Kool-Aid, and you eat the crap. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that you guys don't even give 2 craps about where Kate is. And even me, I'm not a Kate fan. You can hear it. Hello. But I am a mom. You don't care about, I do want to know where she is, because you know what? You have George, you have Charlotte, and you have Louis. You have them, and at the end of the day, let's face it, they need their mom, right, or something. And I do understand that once you have kids with, especially that high up on the throne, close to the throne, they don't belong to Kate. I guess those kids, just like Prince Harry at the time and Prince William, they belong to the firm, the establishment. However, it seems like there's a common theme in this family. Once they're done with the incubator, the person that makes the babies, they just toss the toy away, right? And get a new toy. That's what it looks like, right? No care about the heirs to the next heirs to the throne, or any type of invested interest. And let's face it, Queen Elizabeth really couldn't pour too much in to her grandkids, or great grandkids, George, Charlotte, or Louis, right? Because she's, first off, by the time they were born, what is she, in her 70s or 80s, whatever? I don't know, 80s for sure, right? Because she was 94 and she died. Okay, so She's not gonna. She's just gonna say hi. Oh, you guys are so cute. Okay, bye. So she couldn't teach them the ins and out about that palace, right? um King Charles is too busy. Pardon my French for the young anybody under 18. He's too busy being Camilla's tampon, right? He said he would love to be her tampon. Let's just I'm just quoting the facts here, what he said, right? He will so he's too busy being that a plug to be able to plug some information or pour some information into the his grandkids that's supposed to be the heir to the throne. He didn't even do a good job with William because he's too busy being a plug, like I just said, right? So he wasn't going to be able to teach um William anything. William's horrible. If oh my God, that's your future king, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. King William, drunk as a skunk, on baby powder, with no wife, missing, MIA, missing in action, right? This is your. You guys, you need to wake up. I'm embarrassed for you. I'm not even a fan of William and Kate, but I'm embarrassed for you. If I was Team William and Kate, I'll be so embarrassed. You guys should be embarrassed. You guys should be holding sweet low. You should be hanging your head so low to the floor. You hear me? I want to say the flow, but anyways, you really should be hanging your head really down and low, half staffed at best. You know what I'm saying? Because this looks horrible. This is not a good look. And then you have the slim down monarchy. Listen, that slim down monarchy is disappearing. It's pretty much disappeared because all you got is William walking into the whatever that BAFTA or whatever that award show he just walked into, and you're like an idiot walking in. And then he tells the people, the three girls that he was interviewing in the back, and he's supposed to be the president, by the way. Oh, I'm sure you know it's about essay or whatever, the assault or whatever, but he didn't even watch the movie. He said, oh, but I didn't really get to watch the movie, but I'm sure it was great. So tone deaf, so out of touch with life and everything. He just sounds dumb. He sounds stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs to go back to elementary school. You know what I'm saying? Primary school or something like that. He doesn't sound like an adult. You know what I'm saying? He just sounds like he doesn't have what it takes to be king. He doesn't have it. If this is your king, I pity the fool. I feel sorry for you. This is horrible. This does not feel good. And I'm angry just because you guys choose. You don't have a blind eye. You're choosing to have a blind eye to this. You're choosing to be tone deaf as he is to all of this. You don't want to. And that mentality right there is what's going to bring down the monarchy. Okay, and you want Prince Harry to come and save, but at the same time you want to abuse him. If that is not narcissistic abuse 101, and then I don't know what is. Right? You want to victimize the hero. You know what I'm saying? The one that actually could come and say, he doesn't even want to be over there. He's paving his way. He's rewriting his own history, not the way the British media wants to be written or the royalist wants to write it. But he's doing a great, 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 great job, right? Do you really want me to spell it out? You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to go back too far. I really, 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 truly don't have to go back too far. I can actually start in 2024, okay? Thus far this year, I don't even know if William has did 3 appearances, right? And the Sussex has whipped him in their dust. He's living in their dust, for God's sake. You know, they've had so many things that was, I mean, they've been very, very busy. It's been a very busy year for the Sussex already. Just in 2024, remember Meghan was saying that it was going to be a very, very busy year, right? And she made the hint, and let me tell you, she never lied. She said it with a smile, and she never lied. So remember when this year started, they started with the Living Legends of Aviation Award. Okay, that was with John Travolta, and Harry was standing there, and I'll probably put a clip of that up. But yeah, he was looking domineering as always, and they started with that, you know. And what was William doing? He was supposedly, I believe, with some event with Tom Cruise. You know, they really pretty much, I think it was the Air Ambulance Awards or something like that. It was something just didn't even, I don't even think it got that much media coverage. It was like ambulance, air, rescue, or something like that. By the way, he was sitting next to some, I think her name was Lael, Lael. He was clearly flirting with her while Kate's in hospital or wherever she is, supposedly, if she's still here. God, and I'm not wishing anything negative. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not a Kate fan, but at the end of the day, what I am is a mom. I'm a mom first. Before any title, before anything, I'm a mom first, right? So, that alone, okay, great. We share that in common. That alone makes me don't necessarily want to have to see anything. I don't like the way she treated Megan. I don't like the way she didn't represent her duties, and she just waved, and I felt like she wasn't into it. I felt like she could have did more to represent herself. Even before Megan came on the scene, I think Queen Elizabeth thought she was lazy Kate. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I believe she had like probably 60 butlers or maids or whoever raising her kids. I don't think she was a hands-on mom like that. I'm not saying that the kids didn't see her, but I don't think she poured much into them. And by the way, I actually do feel really, really, really bad for her three kids, because I don't believe the Middletons are able to really be hands-on. I heard that they pulled them out of school, so they're not really in school. So what in the world is going on with them, right? What's going on with them? So if William is such a lazy, to me, horrible heir to the throne, who's going to teach George anything about the throne? You know, he doesn't have Queen Elizabeth anymore, right? He doesn't have, even, you know, that was something that I believe Prince Harry had mentioned. He mentioned that he was, you know, a bit saddened that his kids and his nephews and nieces aren't going to be close because of the stupid rift that I believe the British media created, and they didn't have enough spine and backbone. They meaning Charles, they meaning William, and of course Camilla, pretending to not have anything to do with it when she's the main ringleader controlling the circus, right? That started it from Diana's time till now. Okay, she played the long game. You got to give it to her. Unfortunately, she played the long game, but God don't like ugly. It may not come when we don't want, when we want it, but it will come. You don't do or ugly and dish ugly and don't think ugly isn't going to come back and bite you in the backside. But that's okay. I'll leave that for another discussion for another day. But circling back around to the kids, okay, I feel really bad for them, because at least with Charles, who still I feel like is doing a horrible job since his mom passed away, and you saw how horrible the coronation was. It was probably, to me, if you ask me, just their actual wedding, the official wedding, Camilla and Charles, because supposedly I don't think they really had a good whatever, but you know, that was just for her to put the crown on her head or whatever. But no one really showed up. It was horrible, and that was the beginning of the end of the monarchy, if you ask me. And they need Prince Harry now to come save the day like Superman. You know what I'm saying? With his cape. You know what I'm saying? And when he's clearly doing a great job without them, and that pisses them off, right? That's why they follow them all over the place. But again, I'm trying to circle back around to the kids. At least he had his mom to walk behind and emulate, and Prince Philip, his father, to walk behind and emulate, even though he still does a horrible job right now. Then you have William, the heir to the throne, who's going to do a worse job, because I don't even think Prince Harry, like I said, Prince Charles had time for him. He's busy being a plug for Camilla. So he didn't do such a good job. He wasn't a great husband. If you look at The Crown, you see how horrible he treated her, but you don't even have to watch The Crown. You can just watch clips and see how sad and Princess Diana was, and you can see it in her eyes, woman to woman. Forget about what team you're on. Look at the woman and see she's a beautiful princess, especially on her wedding day. I mean, just Google those pictures, and she was gorgeous. But guess what? He didn't care. You know, he wanted somebody to manhandle him, and I'm sure hate to say it like this, I'm sure Camilla was the man in the bedroom, but we're not going to go there today. I'm just saying, you know, you knew who wear the pants is what I'm saying. Even to this day, she says jump, he says how high as king. She's queen. That's what Camilla is. Queen. She's queen, which is higher than the king apparently, because she's pulling all the ropes. She's pulling all the you know the was it the Muppet? You know what I'm saying? The strings. She's pulling every last string, and Charles is just the the puppeteer. Just she's the ventriloquist. She's talking, and his mouth is just moving. You know what I mean? She's controlling that show. And you cannot blame Harry when he went the last trip that he just made to the UK. He said he doesn't want to have anything to do with that wicked witch. And I'm glad, because not much about that meeting leaked. Did you realize that? Everything that they know about the meeting is in real time as it happened. Like, okay, Sussex.com came up. Okay, boom. This was what happened, because they were saying, oh, it was only 45 minutes. King didn't have time for him. And then as they see him take on certain duties, or, utilizing certain royal emblems on their website and different stuff of that nature, they realize, oh, he this half in half out thing. So they're guessing as much as everybody else is, but it wasn't a real leak. You know what I mean? So you can't blame him for not having her there, because she is a leaky freaking faucet. No different than William, probably worse. Actually worse. He says she's dangerous, and I believe every second of dangerous. I believe she masterminded everything with obviously with Diana, and she could care less, and she cared less about. You can't hate the woman who you want it to be and then love her kids. So there's nothing in her that ever loved Prince William or Prince Harry. The crazy part is Harry figured that out a long time ago. William's the idiot walking around thinking he's all that, when really she's just going to sink his ship too. You know what I'm saying? She's not done. You saw who was on the balcony, right? It was all of Camilla's grandkids and her kids and stuff like that. And I guess William was over there somewhere, over yonder, you know what I'm saying, somewhere, with Kate. And I know Kate had beef with that, and Kate, I don't believe Kate wanted to curtsy to her, and Camilla had it out for her, because Camilla could care less what happens to Kate at this point. She just cares about her and her family, and securing the throne, and securing the bag, and making sure she's they're taken care of. If Camilla could have her way, the heir to the throne will be those grandkids that she has on her side. I don't even think she cares so much about Charles. I think Charles more loved her. She didn't really love Charles. I think she saw Charles as a come up, as his position, and she saw that. And because he doesn't have any sustenance, he didn't really have. I know. I'm not saying that Queen Elizabeth wasn't a great mom. I just don't think that she had a dominant place. She had to have duties, so she could not be everything that I feel like a mom should have been, like a hands-on mom, the way I see Diana was. The only reason why Diana is not a hands-on mom is because she ended up passing away. You know what I'm saying? But every step of the way, you see her at Disney World, you see her playing with them, laughing, she's holding their hands, and she's doing everything that Prince Harry was used to. So no wonder Prince Harry, he comes out and he's being that same way towards his wife and towards any relationship that he's ever been in. He's very, and then of course having that military in him for 10 years, he's very disciplined, right? It wasn't fake military, like, oh yeah, but you're the heir, you can't really do nothing, go there and sit down and scribble circles on a piece of paper and pretend like you're in the force. But Prince Harry was at the front line. Prince Harry, you read despair, and you can label whatever you want to label it, but he didn't do nothing different than anybody else in that UK British Army didn't have to do. Unfortunately, I don't like war, but when you go to war, that's what it is. You go and you kill people, unfortunately. And he's not trying to kill people. He thinks he's defending his country. He thinks that something is right. I am not pro-war at all. I don't like war. I would not have me or my child or whoever go to war. But what I am saying is, when you go to war, you're not passing out flowers. So all these naysayers and whatever want to sit there, oh yeah, but he did this and that. You're only saying that because you're just pissed off because he's not being dominated by the British media and you royalists, okay? You don't really care what he did to who, what, when, where. When you go to war, that's what you do. Whether you're in the United States military, you bomb people. Whether you're in the United Kingdom military, you bomb people. Whether you're the Ukrainian military or the Russian military or even the Afghanistani military, that's what they do. They bomb people. So don't come in my comment section, oh, yeah, but he did this and that. Shut up. Go away. I don't want to hear it. Then that's what the military is for. I am not pro-military at all, but I am pro-common sense. I'm pro-realist. I'm a reality person. I know what's real, right? I don't fall for the fluff. and someone can just easily manipulate me. I have my brain, I use my six senses, think, hear, smell, see, look, all that stuff. Like, think for yourself. Don't have somebody just use. And that's the problem, you guys. You have to be very, very, very careful with all this hate that you're carrying, because hate is it produces certain hormones that is not healthy. It's not good for you, right? And it can cause cancer. So you're sitting there looking, and not just cancer, you can cause other anxiety and stress issues, as if your life don't already have bills and other issues and stress going on. But you have to be very careful with the hate that you are spewing out. And the reason why I say that is because it produces, as I said earlier, these negative hormones. I know some people aren't Biblists. I'm going to say Biblists. I don't know if that's a word, but but it does say in the good book, the Bible, that you shouldn't hate, but God doesn't tell you why. You know what I'm saying? But scientists, scientifics, they know that, like, hate and stress and anger, it produces negative hormones that is not good for the body. And it causes your immune system to go lower, which, if you have any forms of cancer, because everybody, they say, supposedly have a little bit of cancer cells, this, that, whatever, but what makes it turns into real cancer that shows up on the MRI is when your immune system is lower and you're not able to fight, what you need to fight, and then that cancer starts to grow, right? So you may just think this is limited to King Charles, and look how many people inside the royal family recently coming down with cancer. You have, I don't know, Sarah Ferguson, I think it's skin cancer, but it's still cancer, right? I believe Queen Elizabeth ended up dying of cancer, multiple myoma, which is cancer of the blood or plasma. But let's X her out of this, because she was 94. At 94, you die of anything. You die of looking at a ladder. Like, we're not even going to count that, okay? Philip was 99, so let's leave them out. But Charles is still pretty young, to have the type of cancer. I don't know what happened with Kate. We don't know, whatever, but still, there was hate there. William he's angry. He has rage. I wouldn't be surprised. How long do you think he's going to stay in power? You know what I'm saying? How long do you think he's going to stay in power? And that's just it. There's another person I'm forgetting, but there's like 3 people right now in the royal family that's supposed to be senior royal, supposedly, that's sick or have some type of cancer or something like that. That stuff isn't healthy for you, and you got to watch what you're eating, how you're treating people. And you royalists, you're going to come down with crap too. But you know why? Because you're harboring hate, you're walking around with hate, you're thinking about hate, you're miserable with your own life, you're miserable to see 2 other people happy and living their lives and doing what they need to do and just being the greatest of all times, the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? And they're paving their way. You wanted them to come back broke, knocking on the door. I need help. When Prince Harry left the monarchy, they had pictures of him. It's not even funny. I'm just pissed off. But they had pictures of him, like cartoon pictures of him standing at McDonald's saying, "Can I help you?" behind the register. Like, that was funny, right? The British media, they had all this stuff going on. And the crazy part is, none of that happened, right? He didn't break. He didn't fall. He actually arose to the occasion. Him and Princess Meghan. Haha, I said princess. Yes, she is, okay? The king walked her down the aisle, and she married a prince. So she's a princess. Thank you very much. And Elizabeth is a princess. And Archie's a prince, whether you like it or not, okay? You don't have to love it, but you're going to respect it. Thank you very much. Have a great day. So, on that note, they paved their way, and they're doing a phenomenal job. They're doing awesome, and that's what pisses you guys off. This is what pisses Piers Morgan off. This is what pisses the Royal Rhoda and the British monarchy and the British media and everybody else that's royalist or whatever. It pisses them off that they're doing a great job, to the point where they're talking about, oh, their house is $20 million, or it costs them $20 million every year to upkeep this, that, or whatever. They're going to run out of money. No, they're not going to run out of money. You know how many events and things that they have done? You know what I'm saying? I'm almost honestly have lost count of, we're only in February, and they did like probably 10 events, and they've all been successful. Every last one of them. It's so successful that you guys follow it. It's so successful that the British media follows it more than William. They don't care about what William's doing, right? They don't care. Like I was saying earlier. Okay, before I get to what I was saying earlier, I'm sorry. I just longer than I thought. But listen, the three kids. I just want to say this real quick before I forget. I feel sorry for Prince George, Charlotte, and Louis, because if you think Charles was not brought up with any character, or he's a horrible king, William's the worst king. Now, what's going to happen to George? Because George has zero leadership. His mom is MIA. This is at a younger age than even when they lost Diana. Harry and William lost their mom, right? So what's going to happen to George? I'm not saying George is going to be rageful and this, that, whatever, but he knows nothing about who he is. I mean, he knows, okay, one day he's going to be king, but outside of that, put in the comment section what else do you think George knows besides go to the left is the toilet, and then go to the right is your room, and supposedly they're just in this little cottage right now. What does he know how to be king? To be honest, he's probably going to need a regent, hint hint, to show him the ropes. Because if you're looking for William is sowing his oats somewhere. Women got time. Oh, he's home taking care of the kids. William wasn't taking care of the kids when the kids was with Kate and the other people. If you think for 2 seconds Williams is worried about the kids, he probably is worried about getting caught in what he did to Kate, right? But he's not worried about, like, oh, did they take a shower, or did they eat, or I heard they're pulled out of school. Then who's teaching them? I'll wait. Who's teaching them, right? Someone can help them do homework, but that's not teaching them equations. That's not teaching them English and literature and Shakespeare and maybe a second language that they need to learn. Doesn't Charles know Welsh? You know what I'm saying? Or whatnot. They're not learning much. And then William, knowing that he's supposed to be the heir, he doesn't even know another language. And he doesn't even, you know what I'm saying? They don't even care about him in Ireland and all these other places. You know what I'm saying? They have zero respect for him. They only are pro William, which they really don't care for William, is because they're pissed off at Prince Harry for marrying a mixed race woman who is beautiful, smart, intellectual, paved her own way, did all these great things, but they're pissed at him because she's of mixed race, because these people have issues with race. That's it, period. That's it. Let's throw the cards on the table and stop playing this game and act like, oh no, it's not that proven. Shut up. Shut up. Don't tell me to prove anything. It's proven for itself. Hate is hate. And it's very obvious. And you know what pisses you off the most? You know what pisses you off the most? You wish Kate had what Meghan has. The Meghan effect, right? You wish she had that. You wish she had that background. You wish her CV looked like that, aka for Americans, a resume, right? You wish Kate's resume looked as long and beautiful as Princess, before she became a Princess, Meghan. You wish. But they blow up Kate background like she was this and she was that, and she was university. She was walking down the stage naked, half naked. You have pictures of her being pissy drunk inside of a car with all her friends, and then the other pictures that surfaced that the British media been knew was there was her on Epstein Island and being the yacht girl on top of the yacht. What can she, and she's mumbles. She, even at this point, I don't think her kids would be able, they would just miss her presence, but I don't think she was teaching them anything. I don't think she has enough energy or mental capacity upstairs to even speak on it. If anything, the idiot Kate could have grabbed Meghan, had her, ushered in under her wing, and they could have been the Incredible Four. But they let their hate stumble them, and now look where you end up. How's that working out for you, Kate? Huh? How's that working out? Huh? How's it working out for you? It's not a laughing matter, but I do tell, please. The inquiring minds want to know, how did that work out for you to hate on Meghan? Okay, that was the only thing that you and Prince William, I hate to refer to him as a prince, but your husband came together on, hating on Meghan and Prince Harry, right? And being the mean girl and thinking it was funny and cute, and you actually thought Camilla was on your side. Look at that. Camilla, I don't think she even visited you. If you were even in that hospital, Camilla don't care about you. Camilla cares about her, her kids, and her position with Charles. She don't care nothing about you. Okay? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. She really don't care nothing about you. Kate, I mean, Camilla cares about Camilla. She barely cares about Charles, because when everything went down, she hurt and pushed Charles out there, and I think made Pierce Morgan, which, by the way, if you're living under a rock, you wouldn't know this, but if you have 1% of common sense, you know that Pierce Morgan and Camilla are like thick as thieves. They're two peas in a pod, okay? She made Piers Morgan, before he lost his job talking his nonsense on the TV, come out and said it was, I believe he said it was Charles and I want to say William that spoke about Prince Archie's skin color and when they were pregnant, right? She threw him under the bus. And if Pierce said it, and guess what? There was no pushback from the palace. There was no pushback from anywhere. Nobody screamed. Nobody. So it's very apparent that Pierce Morgan had the okay to be able to put that out there, and nobody rebutted it. Nothing. Crickets. 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 Go outside, stand quiet, and just listen. And that's exactly what it was. It was crickets. You heard nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's what is very telltale signs, right? Very telling that Camilla was behind that. And that was to keep her, she wanted to cover herself. Guys, you got to really be analytical with these people, right? My mom always said, hear what you don't hear, see what you don't see, right? The person who they can't talk about or don't talk about is usually the person that is pulling all the purse strings. They do not talk about Camilla. They do not come for her. They do not put out negative press about her. This is the mistress, okay? This is the home wrecker, by the way, right? And then all of you stupid, retarded naysayers that say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It's so long ago," and you parade for Camilla. Well, suppose you were the wife and that happened to you, and the print and she was able to just take your husband and do all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and not just do it and then they end up breaking up or it didn't work out and they're still living in the house. She made it to the crown. Just because you get married to a prince don't mean that you're going to get a crown on your head. I don't think I already forgot her name. She's missing. Kate will ever get a crown on her head. Just because she married him, she'll never probably be queen. We don't even know if she's alive right now. They're just buying time to put Camilla 2.0 on Prince William's arm. I hate calling him a prince, I swear. Prince William's arm, or whatever you want to call him. I'll just call him William. They're just waiting for the air to clear, and you guys will buy it, you will eat it, and you will love it. Just like you brought and ate and loved Camilla, you will use that same energy and you will accept the Camilla 2.0 on William's arm, because he looks mighty dumb and stupid walking into events by himself like an idiot, and nobody's asking where's Kate. No ETA, estimated time of arrival, that she'll just pop up, you know what I'm saying, and be okay. And then they put out something stupid that, oh, Duchess Meghan actually spoke to made contact with Kate Middleton. You know what? Read between the lines. They never said they spoke. They never said. Probably she just to mend the rift, and I doubt that's just garbage. Maybe she just reached because of this meeting with Charles and Harry, Prince Harry, and him not wanting to, but being begged to and asked to. Okay, let's not get it twisted. He didn't, he's paving his way. He's not care. But Harry wants to be an American citizen, guys. Okay, hello, that speaks volumes. That speaks that he's well accepted. He's well loved. He's. I mean, people are like, that's Prince Harry. You saw the footage on the football awards that they had right before, 2 or 3 days before the American football Super Bowl, right? That's Prince Harry. This is the man of the year, talking about that's Prince Harry. Like, I'm here with that. That's Prince, so Americans love him. So don't drink the Kool-Aid that Piers Morgan and all these other stupid royalists are trying to put out there and saying, oh, they love him. It speaks louder than words. Don't believe what you hear. Believe what you see. You hear cheers. The only time you might hear a stupid boo, one or two, what you don't really hear is when they actually decide to announce on their own terms where they're going to be. Then I'm sure the Royal Rhoda and the British media run and pay a couple of dum-dums, actors to go out there and spew hate like they did in New York or whatever. I'm saying sometime the early part of 2023, but when they don't leak their dates and do all of this other stuff, it's